This is why I'm on the call.
Okay, we are going to record because we had numerous requests to record. Okay, so thank you for joining. And I'm going to start by introducing myself because there's so many guests on here and several are not from Wisconsin. So my name is Gina Della. I am the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So those of you who are from here know my irritating voice and commercials. I help run John Calowert's the business, and I am the voice and the face, not the body of the company. And I'm super excited to oversee $85 million of responsibility. So it's a little stressful. And I have joining me my Ruby leader, Jarvis Racine, and I'd love for you to introduce yourself.
Sure. Thanks, Gina. I'm Jarvis Hussain. I'm in my regular job, I'm the Vice President of Strategic Partnerships for Herzing University. I oversee all of our universities' external affairs, work with other universities and other hospital systems around the country, and then other community-based organizations that we work with. So lots of crazy stuff goes on in my day. In fact, I'm calling from Nashville today because I'm down here for meetings.
Thank you, Jarvis. So I wanted everybody to know we're pretty thorough. We have this down to a science. It's kind of like Pella Windows presentation. I got it down to a science that we're pretty good at through this process. You shouldn't have too many questions when we're done, although there's always new ones. So we will definitely answer questions at the end. I don't care how long it takes because we're going to be going through some great information tonight. And I'm going to just keep admitting. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's start there. And go into my PowerPoint.
There you go.
Oh my God. Those of you who know me know this is not my area of expertise. Selling windows.
I'm just laughing on the inside right now.
Oh my God in heaven. Okay. See all the liquor in the background? I should have had some. Okay. Yeah. So the company we're representing is called Tranont. And this is our North American PowerPoint slide that I've created because we are in 5 countries, soon to be in Italy next. The goal, I will briefly go through this, but truly it is to impact 1 million or 1 billion lives in 30 years. Guys, gals, at first I thought that is just so corny. I started this February 1st of this year, having met the owners, and now after being in Las Vegas all weekend and having the launch of the new product you're going to hear about, this is going to be impacting far more than 1 billion lives, and they genuinely mean it when we go through this and you hear some of the stories. So I'm super excited about the company we're representing for sure. These are our 3 founders. They might not mean anything to you right now, but wow, I think Jarvis would agree after, and there's several people on here, and Calowert's, after being in Las Vegas and meeting them. So we have Scott Bland, who is our president, and Lauren and Russ are our co-CEOs. And they started Tranont as a wealth management company 10 years ago. So we are now a 10-year-old company. And very similar, I'll just say, to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. John owns Pella of Wisconsin, but he also has an acoustical and construction business that is housed under his name. Same thing here. They decided 3 years into their wealth management business that what difference does it make how much money we have or we're making our clients if we don't have our health? And I like to pause at this point because I want all of you to think about your own health, your spouse's health, your children, maybe your parents, depending if they're still alive, your grandparents, if they're still alive. Would you not trade everything you had for health? And that is where they're at. So they created health and wellness line that they have committed to us, because the health and wellness industry is gigantic. We all know that. There's more competitors than Windows, quite honestly. And so their commitment to us was that no matter who said to you, oh, I saw Glenn Derby get on here, Melaleuca. I don't even know what Melaleuca is, but they've committed that any supplement label, we can compare ours to theirs. We don't have to say anything bad about any other company. We speak for ourselves that our proprietary, can you let them in or no, Jarvis?
I can try. Keep going.
That our proprietary formulas and world-class ingredients would absolutely win every single time. And in my time since February 1st, that has absolutely been the case. My team has grown. We have well over, I think I'm into the 200s now on just my team. And they, I'm just going to admit all.
Yeah, I can't do
it. We have doctors, we have functional medicine. I didn't even know what a functional medicine doctor was until I got into this. We have so many different healthcare providers on our team now, and they're showing people, and so far, hands down, our product wins. So they have kept their promise. And with that, there are 3 pillars to the business. So we already talked about the wealth piece of it, and then the health, and then their commitment to community. And that is at the very bottom where you see lift, the LWYL, lift where you live. They truly believe this. So Ann Calawertz and I, a month into me being in this business, I earned a trip to Mexico, didn't even know I did. So she was my date. And our very first day there, everybody on that trip, we went on the beach and we spent 3 hours cleaning the beach in Mexico. While we were just in Las Vegas this weekend, for months, they've been asking us to donate school supplies of all types. And then they gave to a specific area in Vegas and donated all of those school supplies. This is just so important to the founders and to many people. It's a big piece of my heart. We have a commitment to clean. Let's get into the product. We are cruelty-free, gluten-free, soy-free, artificial color-free, no added sugar. Every single thing you can think of, trust me, it's not in it. Flavors are only made from fruits and vegetables. The majority of these products are plant-based, raw, whole foods, except for one we'll talk about. They are absolutely dedicated to wellness. Not only are these proprietary formulas, we actually have we have 2 ingredient experts now on our team. I always like to call out Lisa Shimon. She actually brought somebody to our team who has 30 years of ingredient experience in the health and wellness space. And Lisa also, she's got over 10 years of experience in the health and wellness space. So it's kind of funny because when I initially reached out to Lisa, she didn't have interest because she knows product or ingredients and sells them all over the world to the highest end supplement companies. So if any of you are familiar with Dr. Axe, that is one of her clients. Well, after researching our product line in depth and the ingredients, she was hands down in and has never seen a product line that is perfection. And not only are the ingredients from all over the world and what is in each product perfection, she cannot believe the synergistic way with the way they all work with each other, as well as the proprietary blend. So in layman's terms, think of making a chocolate chip cookie recipe. You can go to Walmart and buy literally the cheapest chocolate chips, the cheapest ingredients you can buy, tons of preservatives, not pure chocolate, whatever it is, the cheapest, and make a chocolate chip cookie. Or you can go buy raw sugar, you know, the egg was just hatched, all the things, making it perfect. So now we have a higher end premium cookie. So the ingredients are premium, but the recipe is the proprietary blend. So the Mrs. Fields is going to win. It's got the highest quality ingredients with that beautiful proprietary blend, her secret sauce, her recipe, and it makes it the best cookie in layman's terms. The third-party validations, no, these are not FDA approved. So let's just help everybody understand right now. If you go to Target and buy Nature's Made, if you go to the grocery store and buy Nature's Made, if you go to Costco and buy Kirkland or a name brand supplement, there is no such thing as being FDA approved for a supplement. That stands for Food and Drug Administration. Supplements are not FDA approved. Our facilities are FDA approved where these are from. But what I will tell you that should scare you is a Twinkie is FDA approved, and so is a cigarette. And sometimes people put more or less thought into what they're putting in their mouth. We had Labor Day a month ago. Think of what you ate and drank, and we're then questioning this perfection here. So I always like to let you know it is third-party tested with independent labs and CGMP tested, which is the highest grade testing you can get in the supplement world. The piece here where there are tens of thousands of success stories, I want you to all write down on your paper a Facebook group. It is not sponsored by Tranont. It is called The Ripple Effect. And I want you to put a hyphen because there are other ripple effects. Fall in love with your health. The ripple effect, fall in love with your health. There are over 83,000 testimonials on there. You can put in the magnifying glass any condition you can think of. Breast cancer, IBS, dark circles, thinning hair, Crohn's disease, infertility, psoriasis, oh my gosh. On, and you will see what people did, what they used, success stories, no energy, depression, on. And then in some cases, before and after pictures like psoriasis, it's absolutely the grossest thing. Look at those success stories, okay? That's on The Ripple Effect, fall in love with your health. We have a transparency promise. And we are held accountable to that through that CGMP third-party testing. So again, I say it's just like with Pella, we have put ourselves out there that we can get independent third-party testing from AMA, from different, it doesn't matter, from different groups that they could come in on Monday of next week to make sure we're doing what we said, and also come on Friday again, completely unexpected. Same thing with Tranont. So we have a promise to clean. You don't have fructose. You don't have gluten, parabens, all of the things you would ask. Even our packaging, the little styrofoam that's in there, you could put in your mouth and eat. It all disintegrates with water. So we're super safe for the environment. There are 5 product lines, okay? There's 30 products now, but 5 specific lines. Normally, I briefly go through each one of these for you, but because we've had the launch of our brand new product, I literally brought $5,000 worth of the brand new product home last night with me. And by 10 this morning, all 75 bottles are gone. So we're going to spend a little bit extra time talking about that. So this is our core line. Super briefly, remembering these are all plant-based whole foods. So it is a proprietary blend in each tub. The support, people think you need calcium for your bones. It's actually vitamin D2, vitamin D3, and K. This is a proprietary raw plant-based blend, perfection for your bones, preventing osteoporosis, all the things. Optimize, we all hear about inflammation. It is an plant-based anti-inflammatory. You don't have to take Advil any longer, Tylenol, don't hurt your liver. It is a post-workout. It's many things in this formulation. Balance, if we hop over, this is a multivitamin. I literally have 5 pages on just what this does. There is not a multivitamin out there that does even a third of what this does for you. All plant-based antioxidant superfood. The Fortify, no more emergency Kool-Aid, putting it in your drink. You have your Fortify packet. It's 100% clean. It comes from cherries, powerful antioxidant. We all know what vitamin C does. Replenish is a proprietary formulation. It's a tea made with the ashwagandha mushroom. You can do this twice a day. Talk about calming. And then what I will show you a little demonstration is, I'm going to take a peek. Can you see my Jarvis? Is this, hang on. Is this tall enough where you can see it?
Yeah, just tilt the camera down a little bit.
Down.
There you go.
Okay. So this is our Enrich. This is our #1 product in our core line. And this used to be our #1 product. Enrich is a digestive enzyme, 10 specific enzymes, probiotic, stabilized, which means you do not have to refrigerate it, and a prebiotic, and all in one tub. And when we are 25, we no longer make enzymes in our body. So we can't eat pizza like we did when we were in college, or a big honking dish of pasta, or bread and butter, or beer bongs. I was the queen of that. You cannot wake up skinnier anymore like you did in college, because we don't make those digestive enzymes anymore in our esophagus, our stomach. And so we need those. You don't hear 20-year-olds suffering from acid reflux. You don't hear most 20-year-olds saying that they have heartburn, or that they're bloated, or that they have IBS. You just don't. It's because our body changes. We don't have the digestive enzymes anymore to do all that work. And now we start suffering the effects of that. So I'm going to take this snack pack pudding. I just wish I could see it. There we go. Okay. This is snack pack pudding. We all know our yummy, healthy snack pack pudding. It doesn't move, right? And
it's solid and gelatinous, right?
Oh, I hate that word, gelatinous. Ugh. I'm going to take the digestive enzyme, and I'm going to break it in here. And you know what? Go ahead and start explaining what this is going to do, Jarvis, while I stir it up.
Well, for me, it's been an amazing blessing, because I've been able to deal with IBS related issues that, there are certain things that I couldn't eat. Eggs, for example, after I got my gallbladder taken out, I literally would have IBS immediately after eating eggs. I'd have to find some place to pull over. Just a really terrible reaction to eggs. And since taking the Enrich, I now eat eggs. By the way, I live on a farm. I have fresh eggs every day. So it's really nice to actually be able to eat those eggs on a regular basis. People with Crohn's disease have commented on how wonderfully this has helped them deal with the reaction of their system with Crohn's disease and others. It's just a spectacular enzyme that just appropriately breaks down food the right way for your body, allows you to absorb the nutrients in that food appropriately, so that you're getting all of the best from the good nutrients in that food.
So you saw I stirred it maybe 10 seconds. And the first thing I'm going to tell you before I even do this, no, you do not run to the bathroom. It completely breaks down that pudding. And the job of your digestive enzymes, so look at that, is to pull and break down the protein in your food, the carb in your food, and the fat. But again, because we're older and we don't produce those anymore, that's where all these gut issues come from. Your gut is your second brain. Literally, people who have psoriasis, they're suffering for years. They get these creams. I will preface, we don't claim to treat, cure, or heal. So I don't know, you tell me what the magic is. You start taking an Enrich per the instructions, and you will see your psoriasis clear up. Look on the ripple effect. Eczema, people have cream, literally within days of using this, it's clear. So many things this is so good for. Fungus on toenails. Men, especially older, have an issue with that a lot. That's all through your gut. It would actually clean up. Stop going to the foot doctor. You don't need all that medicine. So that's our star on this page. Now let's talk about our new product. Let's get right into our new product.
Yeah.
It's
a spectacular product. If you just pause for a minute and think about in your life today, how you eat day in and day out. Our food is typically processed. It's filled with carbohydrates. It's filled with sugars. It's filled with unhealthy ingredients. Every time you turn around, you're seeing more and more about processed foods and all the chemicals and all these things that are put into the food that we eat day in and day out. When you look at how our bodies have continued to get larger and larger, as the years have gone by, we have an epidemic with obesity. We have an epidemic with our body's inability to convert sugar. And what does that lead to? We all know what that leads to. People are pre-diabetic, they're diabetic. There's all sorts of issues that happen when our body can't control and convert the food appropriately, right? So, you think about all of these issues that exist today around that health space, the brain fog that happens, all of these issues, inflammation, et cetera, all coming from the way our body digests and processes food, right? So this organization is committed to really looking at long-term, what are the things that we can do with food and with enzymes and other natural products to help our bodies heal and help our bodies process food appropriately. And that's a big part of the products that we have in our line today. And I'm super excited about this new product called Transform. It is a plant-based product. It is also has a thermogenic as part of it, which helps us burn fat, which we all know. How many of us have gone to the GNC or the Walmart and tried to buy one of those fat burners and, didn't see any real effect with it, or we shook all night because it, created all this craziness within our system. We've taken an all natural way of bringing a thermogenic into this proprietary blend. What this product actually does day in and day out is it targets support for appropriate glucose management. And if you think about what we do with food, we chew it. That food, especially carbohydrates and sugar, everything else turns into glucose. And when you eat glucose, for our body to absorb it appropriately, you need insulin, right? Insulin spikes when you're eating higher levels of food of carbohydrates and sugars. Insulin, you always have an insulin reaction when you eat protein and fat as well, but the spike when you eat high carbohydrate and sugar foods is tremendous, right? That's just how your body needs to break down that food. So in order to help improve our body's ability to absorb the proper nutrients, we've created this proprietary formula that actually attacks the sugar. And it allows our body to convert that sugar and turn it into fiber. Because we all know we need fiber in our diet, not sugar in our diets, right? So that process of converting is a whole science behind it. I won't go into that, but I'd love to, and let us know. I'll happily spend more time speaking specifically about the process our body undertakes to transform this sugar into fiber. But let's leave that for another conversation. But our body is able to take that sugar and convert it into fiber and process that fiber out. Now, that benefit is clear when you watch that insulin spike, because when you eat the Transform pill before your meal, roughly 60 minutes to an hour before your meal, you can see that, and the way we've tested this is people have worn monitors to test this process to ensure that we're monitoring and tracking it. So if you are currently, again, as Gina said earlier, we are not in the business of diagnosing or curing. but you can all wear a monitor, and you can go online at Amazon and buy that monitor today and manage and look at your sugar. Like our family members do that. My dad checks his blood sugar level every day, right? So you can actually eat the meal after you've taken the Transform pill, and you can check your sugar level and see how your body digests that food. And you can compare that, and people have compared that. And if you go onto the Ripple Effect, you'll see a number of people who were testers of this product, so that we could have live testimonials on it. You can see eating the exact same meal, what it does without the Transform and what it does with the Transform. And you can watch that sugar level not spike, that insulin level not spike, because it gets managed in the process. So it's an amazing product. And if you think about how many people in your life today that are suffering additional weight gain, that have brain fog, that have other related issues that come with that, think about what a benefit this product will be to them. And 1 to 2 capsules before each meal is the recommended dose. And it seems to be doing an amazing job with people. I've been on it, Gina. We started ours on Friday night. I think we got our first bottles and had our first ones Friday night. And I will tell you today, I ate a large lunch. I am stuffed completely. I have no desire to have another meal. The cravings are gone. The sugar desire is gone. And I'm just really feeling like I've got a ton of energy from eating, from the way I'm eating the food and using this product. So really, really excited about what this thing can do. If you just think about the amount of people across the country that can use this product to help improve their life, it's just absolutely incredible. So that 1 billion amount of people that we talked about at the beginning, Gina, I mean, this product can reach people because there's so many people who could use it.
Yeah, we know there's over 100 million Americans alone that have diabetes. And again, we're not claiming to treat, cure, or heal, but you'll watch it with your own monitor, what happens. And personal story, I don't care. I had a full radical hysterectomy in 2018 and have slowly put on 40 mortifying pounds that I could not get off. I've been to endocrinologists, every type of doctor. So I spent in August $1,400 getting Ozempic because I wasn't considered obese, so insurance wouldn't pay for it. But in my brain, I am morbidly obese. I hate it. So it worked wonderfully, I will tell you. And now I'm taking this, and it's $70 a bottle compared to an uncovered $1,400. And I'm getting so much more benefit out of it, and it's plant-based.
Yeah,
it's not going to come.
It's plant-based, right? And
yeah.
We know that we've heard stories about hair loss. We've heard stories about liver issues on these other pharmaceutical drugs that that the FDA has approved. And this is a plant-based product, right? So I just think that it's an amazing discovery that happened, and there is Harvard studies. This was created by a Harvard group of scientists that have found this enzyme and how this enzyme works, and we're happy to share that linkage as well. But it's truly a well-tested product in terms of its discovery and how long it took to develop it. So we're just absolutely thrilled to be able to offer this to our customers because we know what an amazing impact it's going to have day in and day out.
Well, like I said, I came home with $5,000 worth last night, and I have none. And Chris was right. I should have got more, but I was so scared because we just did $5,000. I had to carry it all in my suitcase. All right. These are just so we stay compliant. These are what we are absolutely allowed to say. And I am going to say it because we have so many people on here. I want you to, who does this hit home for? Blood sugar support after meals, helps reduce the absorption of carbohydrates and sugars. Think of what you just ate tonight. It's 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, depending who's on this call. Supports the body's ability to metabolize the glucose and maintain healthy sugar levels. Assists your body in maintaining healthy glucose. Targeted blood sugar support. Supports your body's ability to metabolize that glucose, which helps maintain the healthy sugar levels. helps maintain existing normal blood sugar levels and support carbohydrate utilization. I mean, sugar's the devil. We know it's absolutely linked to cancer. Next page, targeted support, again, for that glucose balance. The ingredients are clinically demonstrated to improve gut health and support healthy glucose metabolism. Supports normal blood sugar metabolism, maintains normal blood sugar levels, glucose tolerance, and insulin metabolism. Contains other important nutrients known to support normal blood sugar metabolism. Helps maintain healthy blood glucose levels, helps support blood sugar levels already within the normal range, and then it promotes healthy blood glucose levels. I mean, this is amazing.
If you think about one of the things as we go on to talk about the other products, Gina, is really when these guys started to come into the health food line, they wanted to be a disruptor, and they wanted to fight the industry itself that was producing products that really weren't doing enough. People were spending a lot of money on these products and not getting the outcomes that they should have gotten. And every product that I've been using, I will tell you, has been just an amazing, revolutionary product that I kick myself for waiting so long to start using some of the products. You know, we're going to talk in a bit about some of our others, and I'll jump back in again to talk about kind of my experience in some of these other products. But they truly are disrupting the space, and I love that about this organization.
Here we have our beauty line. I'll start with the Nourish. It is a meal replacement shake, but that is the biggest understatement of the entire product line. If you look at the down here, the acronym GOS, I have 5 pages just on what that does for our bodies, our entire body. It is only 80 calories. It's something we should be taking every day just because of just that alone. This was our #1 product. Is my glow here? This was our #1 product until, and it is until our new one gets going. Really listen about this. This is liquid collagen. It is in the beauty line only because a lay person thinks of collagen as skin, hair, and nails. That's just what we do. So they put it in that line. But I want you to understand, again, back when we're 25, we kind of go to hell in a handbasket. We think we're all good at 25. Things start changing in our body. And collagen production is one of them. Collagen is actually the scaffolding of your body. Think about that. It is the scaffolding of our body. It is important for blood pressure. It's important for cholesterol levels, our liver, diabetics. Collagen is so important. It is for healthy gums and teeth. If you Google just how important that is for your teeth and your gums. So when we're 25, we stop producing collagen. And out of all the different, we have 28 forms of collagen we create, but type 1 is 80% of that 28. And so many people are going to the stores and buying a tub of powder collagen because we're starting to hear more and more about it. But the problem is that powdered collagen has to be digested before it can be absorbed. So that very expensive tub of collagen you're buying, and I was doing it too. I bought mine through Super Beets. That very expensive tub of collagen, first of all, has to be digested. So you are only absorbing up to 30% of that powder. Then I want you to go, if you have it, go get the label and listen to what I'm saying. Walk away and go grab your tub right now, because it maybe has 1 to 3 peptides in it, has 0 protein, and a minuscule amount of biotin. Go look at your own label, okay? So now let's talk about liquid. They're not all created equal either. You can go to Costco and buy a liquid collagen. It has 1 peptide. It has 0 grams of protein. So this is type 1. This formula was purchased from all the hospitals and burn centers across the country as the best they could find, our scientific and medical advisory board. And then they bought the rights to that formula and then tweaked it and made our proprietary blend. So the liquid is 90% absorbed immediately. And because this is a bottle of pure type 1 collagen, that is what 80% of our body is. So once you do what the normal dose is 2 tablespoons before bed. But when you are beyond 25 years old, the further away we get from 25 years old, the more depleted we are of the collagen in our body. So that's why you start to, your hair starts thinning. You get out of bed and all of a sudden you're a little achy. Your feet hurt, your back hurts, you're turning on your right shoulder, your left shoulder, it hurts. The older we get, the more that's happening. The older we get, the more the toenails are disgusting. Think of like my mom's 88, God bless her heart. We have to take her to a podiatrist to get her toenails cut because she's 88. She's so far away from 25. She's so depleted of that collagen. So we recommend you do what's called a loading dose, which is at least 2 times a day. And you only need to do it for 6 weeks. And it brings you, so it fills you back up of collagen. And once you're back filled with collagen, you can only go back, you can go back to the normal dose of once a night. But now it starts letting your body produce forms 2 through 28 because you're filled with type 1 and it just lets your body automatically do it. So I'm going to just tell you 2 things about me personally, and I want Jarvis also, because this is such
Gina, before you do that, can you tell everybody again how many grams of peptides are in collagen?
Thank you. Sorry. God bless your heart. So we have 11 grams,
right? Grams. And the reason I'm bringing this point up again is because I was at Costco the other day and I took pictures, which I will share with you, Gina, because I just remember this as I'm sitting here listening to you talk. And their best collagens have milligrams in them, not grams. Their best liquid collagens have milligrams, not grams. So just, we talk about reading labels and the importance of reading labels. That is the most important aspect of this in addition to that protein level. So I just wanted to go back and make that point just one more time because it gets lost in all those numbers. And I just want you to write down 11 grams, not milligrams, because that's a huge, huge difference when you start to look at collagen.
Thank you, Jarvis. And then it has 10 grams of bovine-derived protein from organically grass-fed cows. 10 grams of protein. Most will have 0. And then back to what Jarvis just said. So now with the biotin, it is prescription strength. It is 4,500 micrograms of biotin. You're lucky if you see 350. Again, you can grab your tub. A fun little side story is we have a new team member. She owns a gym. She was using a product called Isogenics. I'm not ripping on Isogenics. I'm a window lady. I don't know all these products yet, competitors. She said, I take a liquid collagen. I said, awesome. I'm going to have faith. This was just last week, and she can chime in the chat if she's on. I'm going to have faith in my company that we're going to beat it. So I said, go get it. And we read she had 5 grams of peptides and a nice blend, literally in quotes, a nice blend of vitamin C and biotin. We have no idea what that means, how much that is, where it's derived from, and it didn't say on the label where any of these ingredients came from. And then it did not have any protein. Okay. And that, I don't know what an Isogenics liquid collagen costs, but again, you're wasting your money. So my 2 personal stories are because I do the TV commercials, I do the billboards, all the things, and because I'm the most vain person probably on earth, I started getting thinning of my hair because of that radical hysterectomy and the fact I was 56. So I literally got recommended. I went to Chicago at a place called Restore. If any of you are familiar with it, Brian Urlacher, who was a Chicago Bear, represents them. He's the spokesperson, and he literally has a head full of hair. I spent $6,500 last year. I had monthly, very painful treatments where they took the platelets from my blood and re-injected 30 shots in my scalp every month. Expensive. I don't have time to be driving to Chicago. I went every single month. Then on top of it, my dermatologist took a biopsy to confirm it was hormonal and prescribed me a compound that was $189 a month just for the compound. None of it really worked. I started to get little baby hairs. That was about it. I am now 9 months. I did do the loading dose. I did it 3 times a day, which was recommended by my medical doctor, which I'll tell you why on my next condition. But my hair, you can see, is now the shortest pieces is about 4 inches long all the way around. So I don't know how thin it was in the back of my hair. You know, I was focusing here. So none of us women or men, we don't want that. We're vain. I mean, I don't like it. And then the second thing is I've had 14 foot surgeries. I used to, but as a child and teenager, I was a competitive figure skater. So I had, you know, you're pushing with your blades like this. Think of Bonnie Blair, the speed skater. You're pushing, and I'm on the ice 6 to 8 hours a day. And it actually gave me so much arthritis in my feet that my toes became completely crippled. So it was almost impossible for me to walk. I finally had to just have this surgery on both my feet in October of 2020. And it was a vicious circle because my feet hurt so much. I moved even less. So then I gained more weight. Then I gained more weight. So I moved less and my feet hurt more. It just got so depressing. And so in October, COVID 2020, I have both my feet done. I have 4-inch pins put in all 10 toes. They broke my toes. They scraped the arthritis and then held them with those pins. I was completely immobile. My husband, Chris, had to literally, embarrassingly do everything for me for 3 months. It was one of the worst times of my life, and COVID. And then in December, so that was September or October, November, December, I also got cellulitis and almost died and missed my son's wedding because one of those feet got infected. January 3rd of 2021, I started intense rehabilitation, had to learn how to walk again. I just saw little Jeannie came on. She was my neighbor because that was when we lived in the fun apartments over the corners. And I had to slowly walk down the halls and learn how to walk again. The pain, there's no words to tell all of you from 14-foot surgeries, the severe plantar fasciitis, all the things I had, and the arthritis, the pain I was in. Come February 1st, I start taking this and I do the loading dose. Within 10 days, my pain was almost gone. It's definitely gone now. I wish I would have wrote history because I didn't know to log that. Also, I was getting cortisone shots in my right shoulder. I could not move my arm. And the doctor said I couldn't have any more. And we bought a $7,000 mattress in September because of the arthritis in my lower back. It was so painful. All gone. Jarvis, I want you to talk about collagen.
Yeah, I mean, and your story is just incredible when I think about all the pain that you went through and the things that you've had to go through and how amazing this liquid collagen has been for you. I'm 55, so in full transparency, I'm 55. My hair was starting to thin. It was making me crazy. I've had 4 knee surgeries and back surgery, and I stopped trail running, which is one of my favorite things in the world to do. I have now started running again. I just can't tell you how improved my knee feels. My back feels amazing now. My hair is growing back in thicker and thicker every time I look at it. I was laughing on the plane with Gina. I'm like, I can't keep up with cutting my nails. It's crazy. Like they're like, and the tips are all like white. I'm like, is that normal, Gina? I don't know. I don't, is that like, is it supposed to look like that? It's crazy. I will tell you that weirdly enough, my skin is softer. I don't know. These are all like things I didn't think about. But by the way, I've been taking collagen for over a year and a half already, a powdered version of collagen that I researched the heck out of and thought I was buying a really high level quality collagen. And in just 2 weeks of using this product, our collagen protein, I saw just the most amazing gains and changes in my ability to get around and to work through things. So I just think it's an amazing product and it's done me tremendously well.
So it's far beyond hair, skin, and nails on the vein piece,
It
but of
is.
course,
It is.
it's filled with hyaluronic acid. It's mineralized, so it does help become supple. We do have several people that now, including a personal friend that's 56, single and dating and beautiful, that is no longer incontinent. She was getting Botox injections in her bladder, very painful, very expensive, but it was firming it up like it would in your face. This has replaced that for her. And then we are going to talk about Renew in depth, Jarvis is, because he'll tell you how unique it is, but if you know anybody who has cancer, again, we don't treat, heal, or cure. I have it documented. I've said it 3 times. If you know anybody who has cancer, is going through chemo, do not want to get cancer, have pre-cancer, we should all be taking this Renew, and it's a proprietary formula, and Jarvis is a master at explaining it.
I'm not a master at explaining it, but I do love this product. It is actually one of my favorite products that we have. It's a vitamin E, and we've heard about vitamin E's forever, right? I mean, if I asked you to raise your hand, almost every single person on this call would say, oh yeah, I've had a vitamin E before, right? Whether it's a cut, a burn, or you've actually taken vitamin E yourself and ingested vitamin E. That form of vitamin E that all of us have taken before is a tocopherol form of vitamin E. And tocopherol has for a very long time been studied and proven to be helpful to our systems. But people were starting to realize that the science and the studies were saying that it isn't as effective as we thought it was. And so all of a sudden, vitamin E got this huge backlash that it doesn't do anything for you. And a lot of the science showed that a normal version of vitamin E, the tocopherol form of vitamin E, was actually not effective in doing a lot of things that they thought it was supposed to be doing. And so Dr. Tan, Barry Tan, who is on our advisory board, our healthcare advisory board, he went out and found this amazing new product. It's from the Amazon, and it's called an annatto tree. And that annatto tree actually produces a form of vitamin E. And that form of vitamin E is called a tocotrienol. And this tocotrienol version of vitamin E actually has an extra electron. And if you remember what cells are made of, if you go back to your science biology courses, this electron actually, when it's attached to our cells, can quickly release itself from our cells and attach to those really, really nasty things that run through our body called free radicals, right? That is the most amazing thing. And what it does when it attaches to it, it neutralizes that free radical. That is like the answer to so many of those immune issues that we face day in and day out, because our body is filled with these free radicals. Free radicals run around and they start destroying our cells. And when we destroy our cells, we see aging, we see all sorts of other negative issues in our body, and we have unhealthy cells. So the tocotrienol cells in this format actually continue to support the healthy cells and help build healthy cells within our system. I just can't talk about how amazing this product is. It has done wonders for women who are premenstrual. It has done wonders for people who are going through radiation. It has done wonders for those with other immune deficiency issues that are in their life. It does a wonderful job with your liver and helping your liver. It is just, the list goes on and on of the amazing things that this product does. But that is about as high level as I can give you on the conversation around tocotrienols and our Renew vitamin E. It's absolutely spectacular. There's a spectacular book out there. It's called The Truth About Vitamin E, right, Gina? If I remember the title correctly. I think I should know it. I've read the book like 3 times now already. It is absolutely a brilliant, quick read. But if you really want to understand the depths of the science behind what vitamin E does and how it attacks and helps our body rid ourselves of free radicals and produce nice, healthy cells, it's an amazing quick read.
So fatty liver disease, menopause, postmenopause, on the female side, hot flashes, wonderful.
It's awesome.
Scary picture. I
can't believe this picture. I can't believe this picture is actually you. When I see this picture now, it just blows me away. Like I can't believe it's you.
I love showing this because everybody who knows me, I had some pre-cancer on the right cheek. I had to have a CO2 laser procedure to get it removed safely and thoroughly. And this was in March. And I should actually put this right back. Well, it follows the collagen discussion, but we got into vitamin E. And the reason I show this is because the dermatologist that did this, we were together for 2 hours and I had to have my medicine to prove to her before she started my antiviral and antibacterial. And in the bag was the liquid collagen because I was giving afterwards that to somebody and she wanted to look at it. What is this? And in our 2 hours together, she was like, holy cow, I've never seen, she goes, this literally should be called liquid gold. This is the dermatologist. She said, I cannot wait to see what you look like in 1 week at our checkup because collagen, when we produce it in our body, it heals from the inside out. And like I mentioned, we bought the formula from hospitals and burn centers. It's vital for people with burns. So the next slide is literally, and the afternoon after my appointment, 1 week later. And again, I purposely used this one because I have my little angel pie, Sophia, who is now 6 months old. You all know who know me. This was literally in March. It was 1 week after I was able to put makeup on and go on with my day. She was blown away. The healing power within of our liquid type 1 is incredible. So I do like to share that.
Well, if you think about what your body's made up of all those cells, right? So when you are talking about the synergistic nature of our products, the Renew with the collagen, these products work together to heal you from the inside out. And I just can't express that enough as a total supplement geek that I am. I just continue to be amazed at how well these products work together and the intention is for them to work together to support each other and continue to heal our bodies from the inside out.
And I didn't think about something. Here's also, it's filling in, right?
Yeah, look at that.
Next line is our stamina. We won't spend much time at all on this. I want to talk about Mojo and Zest specifically. Mojo is a hot chocolate or a coffee. Zest is a lemonade. They do the exact same thing. This is magic in a tub. If you are taking notes, magic in a tub. This is all what these do for you. No more brain fog. In the afternoon, no matter how what a rotating door I have at Pella, I doze at my computer sometimes. The energy this provides is the cleanest energy you've ever had. It is not shaky, crabby, jittery. It is amazing. You are laser focused. It's a high impact product, so you will feel it and see it for yourself within 30 to 45 minutes. Amazing. I do it twice a day because I have long days. I do it every morning and then I do it every late afternoon. It also is an appetite suppressant. Again, raw, whole foods, it's delicious, delicious. I have numerous friends that have not only replaced their coffee with it, but actually even going to Starbucks, which is almost like a ritual for some people. But for me personally, I was starving by the time I would get home at 7:30. When we lived over at the corners over all those amazing restaurants, it's like, oh, screw it. I'm not going to make dinner. I'm starving. Let's just go eat at one of the restaurants. Well, the reality is by the time we got seated, we could have made dinner 10 times. So now we're eating unhealthy, spending more money, more calories, and then I would still eat before bed. This has completely curbed the appetite, can wait till I get home, make a healthy dinner, have portion control, and I don't eat before bed anymore. Mood, it's a nootropic drink. So I don't have depression. So even people who are on Prozac, Zoloft, Lexapro, countless testimonials how it has helped their mood, because it is a natural nootropic, which means it naturally increases the production of your serotonin levels and your dopamine levels naturally. And then back to the focus for a second, my son, Austin, I tell the story all the time. Any of you that have children with ADD or ADHD, you know it is hell to get them to take their pills. They don't like the way they make them feel. They don't want to take them because it makes them feel differently. So during school, I could force him to take it. He was here. When he was at Marquette, I'm like, you are going to take a picture every day or I'm stopping your phone. And I mean it, because it was so important for him to make sure his meds were in him while he was at Marquette University. As a 28-year-old grown man, I can't control that anymore. He has a wonderful job at ESPN that he would never want to jeopardize, so he doesn't miss his meds. I have been told when you partner our mojo and our focus, or our zest and our focus is a proprietary blend of vitamin B that helps with cognitive function and focus, hence the name. There's people that have actually gotten off of their Adderall, their Concerta, or in Austin's case, he takes Focalin. It comes into your body just like the XR portion of your med, where it's the slow release for 10 hours. This you would do twice a day. Austin said it is the first time in his whole life he had complete laser focus, way more than his meds, he said. No, none of the things. He was himself. He loved it. And it's delicious. And then all the other things that come with it. Quickly, proprietary form of MCT oil, again, helps with energy and cognitive function. There are MCTs, you can go get them at Walmart. Not this one. Boost quickly if you are 40 or older. Most of you that are 40 or older don't even know you used to create something in your body called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is responsible for oxygenating your blood. So now I want you to think of your elderly parents or grandparents where they're always cold or they're wearing compression socks. They don't have as much stamina. It's because they no longer produce nitric oxide, which is responsible for oxygenating your blood. The other super important piece of this is it softens your vascular system and your arteries. We don't hear many 40-year-olds and younger than that have been diagnosed with hardening of the arteries or vascular system. So this now replenishes that. And I've been told by a cardiologist, if you are 40 or older, you should be taking 2 pills a day. Twice a day. Do not ever miss this. Again, plant-based. We have heart disease on both sides of my family. I will never miss. So that is our stamina line. I like to show this because you do need to buy a frother. I show the one I have. It's $11.99 on Amazon. Because again, these are plant-based. This isn't sugar. This isn't Kool-Aid. This isn't Swiss Miss. This isn't Crystal Light. So you will mix this with hot or cold water and you will use a frother. Same with our vitamin C, that packet I told you about earlier, that was the Fortify. Fourth line is our personal care. It is our toothpaste, our mouthwash, and our breath spray. This is amazing. You don't need chemicals to whiten your teeth anymore. It uses nanotechnology. You don't need bleach. You don't need peroxide. It tastes delicious. It naturally reduces or restores your pH balance, which is why we get cavities, why we get bad breath. And so that's our oral care line. Last but not least, CBD. When the CBD came out 3 years ago, our business grew 4 times. Because how many of you on this call have taken CBD and said, oh, it doesn't work? I've used the rub, it doesn't work. I've used the drops, it doesn't work. I know it doesn't work because it wasn't water soluble. This is one of the only CGMP certified drops that exist in the world that is water soluble. And it's because we use the entire hemp cannabis. The whole flower gets crushed. So you get the full spectrum of the terpenes, the flavonoids, and the cannabinoids. And it's only 2 drops you need. So you're putting it under your tongue, and it is fully absorbed by your body. You don't need a dropper of oil that is floating on the top of a water glass, or also just peeing it out. Same with that rub. I saw Haley hop on. I always tell Jim Larkin's story that he was a professional soccer player, 42, all banged up, everything hurts. And this is the best rub he's ever used for his sore muscles. So when I mentioned that we grew, just another plug for our new product, and I told you in less than 12 hours, I got rid of 75 bottles, $5,000 worth. We grew 4 times here. They built a new building in Utah. This is a debt-free company based out of Utah. And I forget if it's a 12 or 14-story building in preparation for the launch of this new product, Transform. They moved into the building 4 months ago. We are forecasted to grow 10 times. We are at the tipping point. I like to show this picture. This is what Chris and I used to take. This was the night before I threw everything away. I put it on the counter. I'm like, Chris, just get over it. We're throwing it away. Because you can see right here, these synthetic manufactured vitamin E, it's full. I'm like, I don't care, Chris. Throwing it away. Carcinogens are in there. Oh, my little gummy women vitamins. I don't care. Throwing it away. Here's my little vitamin emergency. Here's my Advocare Slim because I'm always on a diet. Here's my Spark from Advocare, my zinc, la, 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 la. Whey protein. There's no soy. There's no whey in our product. All this crap, here's my focus, was replaced with this clean, plant-based, proprietary formula, amazing products. Okay, briefly, how do you get started? Well, for those of you who are younger than me, you can do your entire business from your phone. I hate doing anything from my phone because I can't see it. It's a complete online business. There are 6 ways to make money. Obviously, the online business piece of it, we have a brand new comp plan that has now, Jarvis will talk a little bit about it. I think Jarvis at this point, and just to remind you, Jarvis, I will have the Jeep pictures in here as well, but why don't you talk about the ways we make money?
Sure. There are several ways that we make money, well, and that you can buy the product. So first off, and I think you'll probably mention this again later, but it's good to mention today. You can buy our products, just straight up buy our products and not have to become an associate. That's one way to get our products. The other is to become an associate and just sell the products. And that's part of that new comp plan that we'll talk about here in a second. Or the other is to join the organization and to decide you want to grow a team, which is what Gina and I have done. So that just want to make sure that we're clear that there are kind of 3 ways to go through this process. Our comp plan is structured in a couple of ways. First is that there are commissions paid to you off of the purchase of product. So there are different levels of commission based on your volume with the organization, and you can earn a commission percentage of 10, 20, or 30% of the group volume that you bring in from your sales perspective. So if you know an influencer or you are an influencer on Instagram, and there's a great story about this that we learned of the other day, where this is a huge influencer. She sells all sorts of makeup stuff online. She sells mascara. She's also a rep for us as well. There's not a competing issue because the products don't overlap. But she sold like 400 tubes of mascara the other day. And if you flip that around and you say that's 400 bottles of Glow or 100 bottles of Glow, and you calculate out what that revenue is for you as an individual, you make a commission off of all those sales. So that's one way to do that, is just being an influencer or just selling the product to people you know, people that are around you, that you can do that day in and day out. So commission off of your sales. Then there's an opportunity for ranks within our organization and structure. And do you want me to go through all those, or do you want me to just stop
just that's one way
okay.
we build a team.
Perfect. All right. I'll flip it back to the teams. So you want to go through the teams? Is the other way, right? So you can rank and move up through the organization and receive incentives along the way for growing your team. So that's another way to do that.
Yep. And then we have our Jeep program. If you currently drive a Jeep or are willing to drive a Jeep, you at literally the first rank, which I'll say I hit in 48 hours while doing my full-time job and not even knowing that we were called Tranont, and I'm not joking. It's very easy to get to that first level, and it is a $350 stipend towards your current Jeep if you already own it. The catch with that is your current Jeep has to be 5 years old or younger. If it is a Jeep Wrangler, it can be 7 years old or younger, and you just show paperwork, and then you can see there's a little decal there. Now, I love showing this next slide because this is Ann Calawerts, my boss's wife on the left. Look how cute she is. Everybody joins for a different reason. It might be the products. It might be the comp plan. It might be because you need a purpose, because your husband already provides for you beyond words and you want to do something. It's for you. And that's what Ann does. This is for her. She had huge benefits physically from the products. And the person who said, hell no, I could never do this, is absolutely also a Ruby leader on my team. And they went out to go build her a brand new car. And 24 hours later, this was, I think in July, Ann's probably on, she decided, you know what? I earned a Jeep months ago. Let's go back, John. We're going to get me a Jeep. So she gets this beautiful Jeep pictured in October. I love showing our beautiful Tina. She's far more humble than I am. She was the first person on our team. She's a recruit of Ann's to earn her Jeep and go out and buy it. So she bought it as well. Didn't tell a soul. She's had it for months. She drives up to Ann's house for an event in a Tranont Jeep. So she's very humble. It is just such a wonderful, fun thing to do. So that's one of what we do. I love showing this because many of you aren't in Tranont yet with me, but you know me and you're on this call and you know I might be a little bit of lack of attention to detail. So long story, but we built a new home. We couldn't get in our mailbox for a long time. My key broke in it, couldn't even get it. So we had no idea the mailman was delivering to this different big box. Chris and I got home from our Mexico trip, had a pile of junk mail and some real mail. And you know how when you see checks, it's junk mail and they try to get you to open it because it looks like a check. So I whip, the first one. Chris and I are at the kitchen counter and then look at my Ever Eve catalog. And then, there's another check in Chris's name. Okay, well, that's because they tried to do that. By the time I see the fourth one, I'm like, I'm going to open this. This is what I made. You can hone in. You can see my name. You can see the date. $5,000 in my first month. So you know what? I didn't even know what I was doing. Game on. I am forever grateful that Sonara Brown reached out to me to bring me into this business. Most people would have been scared to ask me, thought would never do it. I wouldn't want the extra money. I don't need the extra money. Again, I am the most name brand person. You never can pay me enough. John Joseph Calawerts will never pay me enough. So I'm all about making more money. And I'm so grateful because when she called, I've known Sonara for 13 years and she lives in a beautiful big home. And I answered that phone so quickly because I thought she wanted a house full of Architect Series all windows. So I got into it for the product initially and now game on. So I will tell you, once the month of September ends, just this month, I will be making over $12,000. And I have a full-time job, as you all know, with Pella. Jarvis, why did you get into this?
And Gina, that's a month, right? In what you're doing, right? So I got into it because this woman called Gina Della like haunted me for 3 months saying, I know how much you love supplements. I know how much you love health and wellness. You've got to try these products. You've got to get into this with me. And I said, finally caved into her and took a look at the products, tried the products, found out with the products and decided to join in to help be part of the mission of the organization. So for me, it's not necessarily about the money, though I do love making money. And I can always make more money because I'm our income person for our household. So money is important to us. But I'm much more of I work for a nonprofit university. I'm much more of a mission driven person. And when I read the information about the organization, and actually even after, we haven't really even talked about this, but after being there this weekend, to really see the organization and really understand the leadership of the organization around truly how committed they are to the products, to the wholeness of the products, the transparency of the products, and to helping people feel better in their lives. I'm just even more embrace this organization and what they do day in and day out. Because for me, it's about mission. It's about helping people change their lives. That's why I got into education. It's about helping people, empowering people to live their life differently than they have in the past. Oh, and by the way, you can make some pretty darn good money. In my first month, they made a little over $3,000. And again, not working full time. Working full time at my regular job, doing this, sitting at the computer, sitting at my phone, watching TV, maybe a half hour every night. And that's about all I put forward into this. To get to the point where we've got to now. So, I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for the organization. I'm thankful for the mission and the passion that we all bring to the table.
I did stalk him for 3 months and I've known him for 3 decades. I'm like, seriously? There's someone on this call right now from Pennsylvania that I had to do the same thing because I knew he'd be really good. How do we get started? Well, let's wrap this up and tell you. It is literally the cheapest business you'll ever start in your life. It is $912. It is a platinum bundle. It gives you the majority of our product line, and it is 1 month supply. I love this because it comes with 20 coupons, promo codes that you can share with that company pays that $10 off for 20 people to get them introduced to the product. It also gives you your entire web office, your back office, what I pay $1 million a year for Pella, the SEO, the SEM, all the analytics, everything, all our reports, you name it, your whole life, they do it for us. It's included in this $912 package. Pause for a minute. If you were to start a boutique, you need brick and mortar, you need the clothes, you need the jewelry, you need the shoes, the fun things, you need the employees, you need the insurance, the financial people, the accountant, the IT people, you need it all. Oh, and that's right, we better advertise so someone comes in and buys at least one dress. Imagine the cost of doing that business day to day. I started this business with a $912 bundle, okay? There are some smaller bundles, but if you're going to do, and I'll show you in a slide, if you have any idea or inkling you want to do this business, get this bundle. While we are an online store, this allows you to touch, feel, taste, understand all of our products. I never in my life would have thought I would do CBD. I've been yelling at Austin his whole life for CBD. And he's like, well, Mom, there's no THC in this. I mean, that just tells you, I don't know what I'm talking about. Never in my wildest dreams would I thought I'm going to be taking Boost, or I didn't think I had gut issues. But now it has nothing to do with gut issues. Even if you don't have a gut issue, our food sits in us. This is so gross every time we eat for 12 to 14 days and rots and molds. So we want the enzymes to get rid of that. So this is your package. This is what I would recommend you start. Many grocery stores are also brick and mortar and they're online. If the owner of the grocery store never bought a pomegranate, he or she wouldn't understand what it looks like, tastes like, feels like. You've got to know your product. Here's there's a gold bundle, obviously much less with regard to the product, but these range from about $580, the two to $690. So what I'm going to do is, because we have some questions and I'm going to open it up for questions, but I am going to stop the recording, and then Chris is going to stop the recording.